Welcome to JB Trio Podcast, Season 9, Episode 14. I'm Lee McDonald Jr.
Chris, I'm here to make it with Nancy.
Mark, the ancient warrior merchant.
Boy, Chris, you be careful and got to emphasize those words because it sounded like you said, I'm here and naked.
I'm here if I make it.
No, it sounded like you said, I'm here and naked.
Yeah, that's what he said.
What I heard.
Here if I make it.
He said, I'm here and naked.
Yeah, and it was a bad picture.
You know, we want our viewers to come back, not to stay away. Although we did get, surprisingly, we hit 30 listens on our last episode alone.
Wow, yeah, the word was that Chris wasn't going to be on.
Oh, that's why.
I'm on.
But yeah, it must have been, I don't know, maybe people were thinking we were doing a podcast during the break, but no, we took 2 weeks off like everyone else, but we actually hit 30 listens, so that was pretty nice.
Really?
Yeah. We haven't hit 30 listens on an episode in probably a year.
How much money we made?
Well, let's see. Lifetime, we've made $9.
And it's all because of that commercial I did.
Actually, we were getting ready to cash big time, but friggin', what was it? It was Anchor. Anchor got bought out by Spotify, and then Spotify changed everything.
Yeah.
Anchor gave us a commercial. Some of the listeners probably remember it was about a year ago or so. And Anchor was going to start paying us. We had hit where we were averaging like 40 listens a episode, and we hit 1,000 within like less than a year. They set us up with an ad, and I had Mark read it, and we were on our way. But then all of a sudden, we got a big update that said, new terms and conditions apply, and Spotify, welcome to Spotify, and all this crap. And now Spotify won't even let us record. I have to use a different app for that. So they took everything from us.
That's too bad.
It is. We actually remember when we had ranked, we found out what our rank was last year. We were like the top 8 out of 25 in the nation. And we didn't even know we were ranked. I don't even know if they still have that website anymore now, because I think it was attached to the Anchor website.
Yeah, they wanted me to do more commercials. I was so good.
You probably could. You could like read for Goldman Sachs or something.
Yeah, they wanted me to do more commercials.
Yeah. Or maybe, well, Chris was going to say you could probably do the ads for the Blue Pill, like Bob Dole used to do, or something like that.
Yeah. Wasn't it Chris that had those websites that he was advertising there for a while?
Oh yeah, the was it the Pornhub?
Yeah, right.
Pornhub.
Is that what's your favorite website? Is it Pornhub?
The dry oral?
Oh yeah, the dry oral.
Yeah.
That was one of them. The Coke bottle was the other one.
You need to come down with that camera again and do some interviews.
Dry oral.
Yeah, the chair interview didn't go so well last time.
The chair interview with George.
It was a one and done. We had never done another interview again.
Yeah, that was too bad. That was funny.
That was great. Or remember, Chris, when you did it a few years ago, what was the title of that video? Becoming a PBA bowler or something like that?
Yeah.
What was that?
My YouTube channel, The Life of an Amateur Bowler.
That's it, yeah. So if you haven't checked it out by now, what's the name of it again, Chris?
The Life of an Amateur Bowler.
This actually is a thing. So if you want to see Chris Woodmansey and his documentary on going to the ABT finals, you can see it for yourself in the flesh. The whole video
I cast out in the video. So.
Yeah, I heard it went viral.
It started off with you in front of the mirror with your underwear on.
It did.
Psyching yourself up.
Yeah, it started when he first wakes up in the morning, and then he does some few things, and he gets dressed, and then he goes to the bowling alley with who was with you? There was somebody with you. Because I remember you were talking to somebody, and you had to pick him up at the bowling alley.
Ricky Boudreaux.
Was it Ricky? No, it wasn't Ricky. It was one. It was who did you bowl with back then? Oh God, I can't remember. We have to watch the video to see, but it was pretty good.
Whoever it was, they definitely quit.
I don't think they do bowl with us. I think you're right.
Yeah, they quit.
I think
Chris has that effect on people.
No, I don't.
He's expanded his horizons. Once he gets out of protege, he dumps him pretty quick and brings in another one.
He doesn't know it, but this is his last year with Chris Saunders and Diego.
You think they're going to kick him off?
Oh, definitely.
How you guys doing on Friday, Chris?
Well, emotional damage.
Uh-oh, what happened?
Is that the team name?
Did something? Well, I think we were talking about our poker, wasn't it? Didn't you get in a fight with somebody?
Well, yes. Well, okay. So we had a teammate who fell out, and his name will. I mean, no one knows him. His name is CJ, and he was a good person in our team, and he just happened to do something that disapproved by a couple of team members, and he left. And the last 3 weeks, we were in first place. By 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, we were in first place. And then this whole shit went down. In the last 3 weeks, we were on a losing streak because we've been emotional, we've been depressed, we've been cut down because we lost a team member for stupid reasons, and we're just going through a lot right now. And but this Friday, we finally took 4 for 4. We took half.
Oh, nice.
We're on a moving up streak, but we were in first place for the last 7 weeks, and we could have won the half. But since this happened, it kind of hurt us. So we don't blame him entirely, but we do blame him a lot of it. But
so was it something that happened with your team, him and your team, or him and some?
Yes, because so
yeah, we're all curious.
Yeah, get to the team.
The juicy parts.
You know the story. So why?
Yeah, nobody knows. Nobody bowls on Fridays. So we're all here. We're Tuesday bowlers.
CJ is a really good friend of ours. We've been friends with him for about 2 years.
CJ the girl?
What?
CJ the girl?
CJ the guy. CJ.
Oh, I thought you said TJ the guy.
No, CJ. Charlie Jefferson.
It's Charlie Jefferson. Okay. Wasn't there a girl involved?
Yeah. So CJ started dating this girl named Madeline or Maddie, and Maddie is a coke, dope, druggy, horrid girl.
All right, I don't know if we want to spread rumors.
Around.
Allegedly.
No, she does. She literally flat out if she tells you, she'll think like she's gloating.
All right, allegedly. We want to stay in business. Anyway, all right. So go ahead, Madly. And isn't she the daughter or stepdaughter of one of our fellow players?
Yes, she is. Double D.
Oh, Double D. Oh yeah, that's right. Anyway, so go on.
She allegedly is doing that with CJ, and we don't like her around. And he dated her already for a year, and we had put up with her for a whole year, and we did our part, or sucking our thumb. Damn. They won't listen to the podcast. My wife's hearing it. So, okay, I was just kidding. So after that said and done, he chose her over the group, and basically saying friends or her, and he chose her. That's it.
Oh, wow. I didn't know how that's when that went down. Damn. That sucks.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry that you had to lose a teammate over somebody.
Yeah, and we loved him, and we still care about him, but it's just like we want he has such a good heart and good future, and Maddie isn't the woman Maddie's going to bring him down to her level, and he's going to be like...
Allegedly.
Yeah.
That's our theme for this podcast is allegedly. You know how we always come up with themes? Allegedly, she does that. But so, did you guys end up finding a new bowler?
Yes, Chris Saunders.
Oh, Chris. Oh, okay, from our league. I didn't know. I thought he already bowled Fridays.
I did too.
Chris Saunders.
That guy's a glutton for punishment, huh?
So two leagues that Chris and Chris bowl together.
Oh my God, he's a glutton for punishment.
So that means it's you, Chris Saunders, and then what other two members? I think they do 4 on the team.
The team? Chris is on the team. He's not going to be bowling until 2 weeks.
Oh, okay. And then how about who else is on the team?
So George Monsantos, and then my wife.
Oh, I thought you meant George the animal from Tuesday.
No, George Martinez.
Yeah. That'd be a hell of a team if you picked up George.
I mean, it would, to be honest, yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind.
You and your wife bowling together, it still makes a pretty good team with Chris Saunders. You guys, are you back in first?
It's going to be great. Chris Saunders is going to be great with us.
Okay.
So, I think so.
All right,
but what he sucks is he has to bring his kids.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I didn't think about that. Well, that probably won't happen ever. Hardly.
Never. Always.
Half the time. Some of the time.
I love his
all
kids.
the time?
I love his kids.
Every time. He's going to bring them every time.
Yeah.
I love his kids.
All right. Well, that's good. I'm sad to hear about CJ. Hopefully they get that all straightened out. But
yeah, I hope everything works out. I mean, I hope everything works out. It's just funny. Like, on Thanksgiving, she was arrested for DUI.
Oh, allegedly. That sucks that she got arrested. Did he have to bail her out?
I mean, we don't know. We lost all communication.
Oh, wow.
But I'm assuming because, I mean, like, why would you not?
Yeah, it's like, you know, for dating, that'd be kind of the one thing that you have to do is you have to bail out your spouse. But, well, for more dramatic news on Chris's Friday Fellowship team, you can text or get a hold of Chris maybe on Facebook, and he'll give you the rest of the details. But so far, everything is allegedly.
No, this is all 100% truthful.
100% alleged. Okay. I agree.
Accurate.
All right. I agree. It's 100% alleged. Okay. Anywho, so let's get back to our JB Trio League.
Oh, do we have to?
We do have to. We have to get through this. We took 2 weeks off. We haven't been bowling. We were off for both Christmas and New Year's because they both happened to fall on both eves. Both happened to fall on a Tuesday. So this is the first time we've taken a 2-week break in, I'd say, at least 3 or 4 years. I don't remember a time where I've run the league in 6 years that we've taken a 2-week break. There may have been one circumstance, one year that we did, but I can't remember it. So this is the first time. And I got to say, it's been nice to be off for 2 weeks. You know, sometimes bowling back to back, like Mark said earlier before we started, it can be a grind, especially when you bowl 3 weeks, 3 days out of the week. So to have 2 weeks off has been kind of nice.
Yeah, it has, for sure.
So we're back at it tomorrow night. That's the time of recording this. It's January 6th. Happy anniversary. January 6th for Monday. NFL just finished yesterday. My Lions won big last night against the Vikings, thank God. And the Cowboy season's over. At the current time, Mike McCarthy still has a job. And we're back to bowling on January 7th. So all who's listening, probably be published by the time we start bowling. So it'll be January 7th. If anybody listens right now, yes, we are going to bowl tonight. So be there at 9 o'clock, not 9:30, but 9 o'clock. All right. Recap what we did 2 weeks ago. Let's go over the fastest 3 minutes in bowling. Probably the latest time we've ever started it in the podcast is like 20 minutes in. All right. So the first pair was Team 9 against Team 2. That is, I have to go back. I can't even remember the names. The Ball Founders, of course. They're the hottest team in the league, Team 9. They went up against Mark's team, against We Got Balls. And fortunately, We Got Balls was able to handle their business, and they handled the balls perfectly, and they won 35 out of 48. Definitely helping teams like myself try and catch the Ball Founders.
Wait, the Ball Founders lost again?
Yeah. They lost.
So after they lose to us, they lost all hope.
Second, no, well, they're not. We'll have to find out here in a second once we go over the standings. But they lost again. This time I can't remember. Mark, do you remember what you guys did to him?
Yeah, 35. We won 35-13. We tied the first game.
Yes. And then who was the good bowler that night? Was it Ron?
Yeah, Ron bowled good. Yeah.
He's been on a hot streak lately. He's kind of broken out of that slump finally.
Yeah.
So thankfully he's back. So kudos to you guys. Next pair was Team 12. That is Pin High. That's Craig and Tina and Gino. They went up against team number 7, which of course is Long Live Brock. It's TJ, Neil, and Jobert. They definitely had their winning ways against Craig's team and won 44-48. Turns out, looks like TJ was the one that helped him there. He bowled 94 pins over his average, so kudos to TJ. Next pair was close to Kiss Your Sister. It was my team, team number 1, Hot to a Whack, which we all know what that means. And we went up against team number 3, Only Dads, which is, of course, Chris's team. And, of course, it was my team, the victor. We won 28 out of 48. It was almost a Kiss Your Sister night, but
It almost was. Almost.
I think we won the total pins by, was it less than 10 pins, was it? Something close. So Chris's team felt sorry for us, so thankfully they let us win. Next pair was team number 8. Looks like that is almost empty nest. That's the Davises. Went up against team 5. Their in-laws are outlaws. Literally, their in-laws, which is Tina and Eric. Turns out, almost empty nest finally got a victory, and they won 32 out of 48. So thanks to Nancy breaking out of that slump finally, and I think she had herself a 200 game. So she did good for herself. Also, some good news. Normally, Eric and Tina have been just the duo. They've been missing a third bowler all season. Well, one of our old buddies, Fred Williams, texted me out of the blue and said, does that team still need a partner? And he, after talking to Chris Woodmansey, our very own president, he talked him back into coming into bowling. So Fred Williams will be returning, and he will be taking the place of the vacant bowler on In-Laws or Outlaws. So he'll be officially joining Tina and Eric. So good for Fred. Well, happy to have him back. All right, so moving on. Team 4, which is Mustache Ride. That is, God damn it, who is
Brian.
that is Brian Bremerman and Matthew Macy and Christian. They bowled against team number 10, Here for the Beer. And so that's Camilla and Jose Belcher, the baseball player, and Mike Wang. They bowled great. Jose bowled great. He had himself the highest series that he's had so far this year at 693. It's too bad he didn't do that against George on the scratch bracket a couple weeks ago, or a month ago now. They ended up winning big, 37 out of 48, so kudos to Camilla's team. So they did good. They're fighting for a top spot. The last pair, Team 6, that is Housequake, Mike Henderson against Team 11. That's the Three Fingers Deep. That's Rick Connor. Now, Rick Connor's team didn't bowl that week, so they post-bowled, but they probably wish they could have been there to bowl because they bowled bad during their post-bowl, and it cost them big. Housequake won 40 out of 48, and Mike Henderson ended up taking Bowler of the Week honors. So kudos to Mike, bowling 118 over his average, and he ended up taking Bowler of the Week. So good for him. So that's what we did 2 weeks ago. Now for the standings. We've got the ball finalers still in first at 479. Hot to a Whack, my team right on their tail at 453. Right on our tail in third place is Long Live Rock. And behind them is Here for the Beer at 418. That really hurt them last week, so they dropped to fourth. In fifth place, We Got Balls. Mark's team is above 500, so they won big, and they're now at 405 in fifth. Three Fingers Deep also lost huge last week. I'm sorry, I misspoke when I said Here for the Beer lost. They won, so they moved up to fourth. It was Three Fingers Deep that lost big, and they're below 500 now. They're at 380 and in sixth. Right in their tails in seventh is Only Dads at 370. In-Laws or Outlaws, 358. They're in eighth place. Ninth is Pin High at 333. 10th place, almost empty nester. Housequake got out of the gutter, no longer in last. They're in 11th place at 323, but in last, Mustache Ride. First time being in last place all season. They're at 316 and in 12th place.
Dangerous team there.
Yeah. Any team's really got talent and potential this season, I feel. So for my team to be up fighting for first place is somewhat of a miracle, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But
I mean, what it is that great start that you guys had when you started sandbagging.
What does Chris call that?
Creative bookkeeping?
Well, that may be part of it. Chris, where are you?
So can Here for the Beer, can they lock in second, or can they only get the first, or whether they're locked in the?
I would say that they have a shot at second. I don't think they have a shot at first. I think right now they're what looks to be 61. Yeah. 61 is going to be tough to get first, but for second, they're 40, was it 45? Yeah, they're going to need a lot of help, but they have a shot at second.
Second, so first is out.
First might be out. They'd have to have a whole bunch of luck.
Yeah.
We've only got 2 weeks left. We've got this normal week coming up tomorrow, when this podcast released today. And then we've got position round that finishes off the first half next week. To have 2 weeks left, you pretty much want to be in first or second. And again, they would need a lot of help, but it is doable. Even Mark's team's got a somewhat shot, but it would have to be a perfect night. My team would have to go 0-48. His team would have to go a perfect 48-0. And then we would be tied at 453. And I think they got the edge on us with total pins. So they would actually, we got total pins on you guys looking like, yeah, we got you by total pins by 180.
It's that handicap you got.
So you guys would probably have to bowl like another 2,200. And not only that, hope that we go 0-48 and you guys go 48-0.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much the only shot Mark's team's got. Even though it is still within reason.
Yeah. Chris, you're 77 out of third.
Me?
77 points out of third.
Ouch.
Hey, that's doable in 2 weeks.
Doable. You kidding me?
Doable.
In 2 weeks?
You're close. You know what? You're closer to last place than you are in third.
No. Okay. Yeah. Lee, how many points do you get each week? How many points? What's the total
48.
point? All right, times 2. What is that?
I don't know. What is that? 48, and so it'd be 88? No. 98.
Yeah. I don't know, Chris, but you're 42 off of last place, so you got a better chance of getting last.
You're saying there's a chance.
96, I meant to say. But, yeah, I mean, if you do good, who are you guys bowling?
I think we bowl Eric's team.
Is that no? My team bowls Eric. So you guys are bowling
Housequake.
I don't know.
They bowl
Oh, you're bowling Housequake. They're one of the last place teams.
Oh, see? 48 right there.
But Mike Henderson,
Yeah, Housequake's been bowling good.
he bowled bowler of the week. But you got to figure which team is going to be affected by the rust factor, because you know what's going to happen. People are going to take 2 weeks off, and teams are going to be affected. So it's hard to say which ones, but it happens every year that there's always a team or two that's affected by the 2 week break, or even a 1 week break.
Yeah.
Yeah, not us though. We bowled Friday.
You bowled this Friday?
Yeah, we bowled last like 2 days ago Friday, like 3 days ago Friday.
Is it true that you gained 5 pounds over the holiday? That's what somebody said.
5 pounds?
Yeah. No?
Is it 5 pounds of muscle?
I think I gained a little bit more than 5 pounds.
Oh, wow. Is Camilla right there?
Yes.
What does she say?
She says agreed, maybe more.
She says, you're pathetic, Chris.
You're pathetic, Chris.
You're pathetic. You gained 20 pounds on us.
Yes, but I'm on a new year, new me, kind of slim. I'm just going to eat nothing but Whataburger and steaks and burgers.
Oh, it's all meat only, huh?
Yeah, meat only. So instead of new year, new meat, new year.
Oh, you're going to be a meathead.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're staying away from that plant-based stuff that you've been eating.
He likes to eat those gummies. It's allegedly. He likes to allegedly eat gummies. So we're back on the allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly.
You want to tell him about the time that you had to have a what was that monitor where you measured your blood pressure?
Oh my god. Okay, so that was a bad day for me. So I had
Allegedly.
I had Whataburger that morning with the triple cheeseburger. Then I had a Sonic burger before poker night. We were hosting poker night that night, and then that night I had
Allegedly.
And then that night I made Kyle made brisket, and I made mashed potatoes and macaroni. So I had 2 burgers and a brisket with mashed potatoes and macaroni. So I was pushing my heart to the fucking limit. So yeah, my heart was feeling it. My heart was definitely feeling it.
Oh, shit.
We had a nurse on hand, but the nurse said we better measure his blood pressure. She happened to have one on her, I guess.
I did. Yeah, we bought one.
And so, oh, that's right. We had to buy it for your dad. Your dad had recently had a heart attack.
Yes, horrible. But
Yeah.
luckily, he had one of those pills from his heart attack.
That's what it
calm
was.
your heart down.
Yep.
And oh my god.
So they measured his blood pressure, and I don't know how he's even alive, but his blood pressure, I think, was something ungodly, like 234 over 180.
Yeah, I don't know what that means. So
It was crazy. And
So what, was he on the floor or what?
no, he was like red faced, and he almost was on the floor. He said his chest was hurting. So, but his dad had recently been recovering from a heart attack, and so he got one of his dad's heart pills. And after that, he started feeling better. But I remember he freaked out the whole table because we measured well, that's the first measurement. The second one is the one that they say really is the one that counts. And the first one was those numbers, and the second one was closer to normal, like, well, I say normal, but it was like 180 over 150, something like that, even though it's still crazy high.
See, I don't know what's high or what's low. I mean,
It should be like 120 over 80.
Exactly. Yeah.
And thankfully, that's what mine is normally every time I go to the doctor. But when when that bottom number is over 100, they say that you're like close to a cardiac arrest when that bottom number is even just over 100. So for you to be like, when they read the numbers, it was like 200 over 150 or 180. It was crazy. I was like, I've never heard of that. So they must have either measured him wrong or something.
yeah.
Well, you're old. You're getting old, Chris.
Yeah. I don't want to like ignore it. I was hosting poker. So I had to get the tables ready. Yeah. I had prep. I had to get everything in order to have poker. So I'm doing a million things right now. And I'm just pushing my heart with all the meat that I was eating that day. And I was just, man. And you know, it's so bad that Lee looked at me. He's like, Chris, you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. After everyone left.
Oh yeah, that's right. And then
I had a mild heart attack.
Yeah, that's when I left, and that's when they did call the ambulance.
Yes, a mild heart attack.
So are you still on disability?
No, it never happened since then. But damn almighty,
he started having heart palpitations when he saw Christian's truck. He had to climb in it.
So Camilla got life insurance on you?
No,
that's why she hyphenated the name. You had to have him sign that insurance policy. Speaking of poker, what's the deal? Are we moving it to Wednesday or what's going on?
Yeah, just this week. We're moving it to Wednesday just this week to complicate the weather that we're having here. So yeah, just this Wednesday at 7:30 sharp.
Meat locker?
What?
Oh God, yes.
Meat locker?
It very much is, yes. Where like 3 friggin' layers of clothing instead of 1.
Oh, shit. In the meat locker, yeah.
We're back in the meat locker. Yep.
Wow.
The meat locker is back and here to stay.
Yeah, it's going to be crazy cold. It's going to be crazy cold.
Yeah, no kidding.
All right, so we got that going on. What else we got going on? Oh, yeah, the winter bracket. We had gotten down to the qualifiers. The first week we had top 26 make it. And then in the second week, we have top 16.
Yeah, top 16.
Make it out of the top 26. I had a motion from Neil that said that instead of doing elimination for the first week, that we should just do all 36 or 35 bowlers have just 2 weeks of qualifying, and then the top 16 teams or top 16 bowlers will advance. So we shouldn't have a first week of an elimination. We should just all bowl 2 weeks no matter what. And so I think that's how we'll update that for the next year when we come back with this. So for the fall bracket of next year, it'll be 2 weeks of qualifying for all bowlers, and then we'll just take the top 16 after 2 weeks.
Yeah, I think we should just start it over and do that.
No, we've already had the entries. So who made the top 16? Well, believe it or not, we have a number 1 that's very unlikely. Mr. Mike Henderson is our number 1 seed.
Oh,
He's had 2 weeks of bowling, and he's at 1459. That's how good he's been bowling.
I quit.
So 2 weeks of bowling, he is the number 1 seed. He knocked down Ron. Ron was number 1 for week 1. For 2 weeks, Ron is at 1442. TJ Phelps is in third at 1427. Jose Beltre, 1388. Tina Clay in fifth at 1364 had 2 good weeks of bowling, so good kudos to Tina. She's our first highest female at 5th place. Then it goes to myself. I've been bowling pretty average, above average. So I'm at 1363, and right on my tail is Patrick Manning. Patrick's at 1358. Then it goes to George, who's at 1335 and 8. And at 9th, David Pride, my teammate, is at 1330. Brandon Jolly, who was top, I think he was number 2, has got bumped down to 10th. He's at 1329. Peyton, he's at 1329 as well. He's tied with Brandon, but because he had a lower seed in the first week, he gets the second. He loses the tiebreaker. So he's 1329 in the 11th. Kyle Howell is at 1322 and 12th. Michael Lensline at 1313, and we're down to the bottom 3, and that consists of 14th place, Christian Breakus, 1312. He was only 1 pin behind Michael. And at 1304, Diego Sanchez. He barely made it.
What?
He's in 15th. And in last place, 16. And we're taking no more. Anna Marie Davis is at 16th place, and she's at 1289. The person that barely missed the cut was Mr. Mark Merchant, which wasn't there a week that you missed that we had to use your average, Mark? Or did you bowl both weeks?
No, I bowled both weeks. That was Chris.
Oh, that's right. That was Chris. I remember it was one of you. So Chris uses average, but Mark was the cutoff in 17th place at 1278.
So at least I get my money back, right?
Yeah, you didn't lose any money, you don't gain any money. So Mark gets his money back. So it's at 1278. He's the cutoff. Bob Davis, 1 pin behind him in 18th place at 1277. I'm just going to go through the names now.
I mean, that's like bookkeeping.
and Chris Woodmansey, who was also there, he's the one that missed 1 week and bowled the next week only, but he didn't have enough to overcome it. And he was in 19th place at 1276, but he's just like 2 spares away. Not even that, like 1 spare away from making the cut. Brian Brimmerman, Gino Clay, Rick Connor, Craig Boren, Tina Saunders, Eric Saunders, and Andre Odorico all missed the cut. So the cutoff was Anna Marie Davis. So we have an official bracket now. First place is going to bowl 16th place. So Mike Henderson against Anna Marie Davis for the first match. That's actually going to be a good match there because both averages are fairly low to mid. That'll kind of work out for both bowlers. The one bracket below them is 7th place against 10th place. Patrick Manning against Brandon Jolly. Also another good match. Brandon, who's been a very hot bowler, but Patrick is no slouch either. So I think he's going to do fairly well against Brandon. And then look at this. 11th place versus 6th. Peyton Estes versus myself. So I'm bowling against my own friggin' son in the very first round, which that's just how the thing boils down to it. 6th place bowls 11th. I'm in 6th. He's in 11th. So we'll see what happens tomorrow night. Next match is Mike Ensline against Jose. That's 13th against 4th. TJ is going against Christian Breakis. That's going to be another good match, too. Both bowlers are mid to high. TJ's 3rd place in the standings, so he's bowling 14th against Christian. Tina Clay against Kyle Howell. That's going to be an interesting match because Kyle is probably going to give her close to 100 pins. Can he overcome the handicap? We'll see. David Pride against George Martinez. That's going to be another good match. Both very good bowlers. George may end up giving David a few extra pins, but not much. And then, of course, the last one is Diego versus Ron Reynolds. Ron will probably be giving up about 80 pins to Diego. So if Diego can hold on, he's going to give Ron a run for his money as well. But there you have it, guys.
How many players did you say? 6?
16. But there you have it, guys. There's your winner bracket.
That's crazy. I'm not in it. You should cancel it.
Well, if you had bowled that 1 week.
Yeah, you shouldn't have gone to Whataburger.
Hey, Whataburger is life.
Yeah, I would probably have to agree with that statement. But I don't know. How often do you eat it?
Well, Whataburger is the best thing you put in your mouth.
Every Tuesday night, for sure, right?
On the way home from bowling, yes, of course.
For sure, on the dot.
Yeah.
All right, so there's your winner bracket. All right, so we got one more piece of business, and this is the one I've been waiting for. So, Mark.
Hooray, one more piece. Back again with a new segment of Beat Mark's Picks. Rounding out 2 weeks ago, Lee, he goes 4 wins, 2 losses.
Yes. I like it.
And his record now is 54 wins, 30 losses.
What an impressive record.
Yep, taking a commanding lead. So now the real battle right here is second place.
Yeah, I think first is locked up.
In second place, Chris last week, 2 weeks ago, 3 wins, 3 losses.
Oh.
I'll take it.
And Mark, 3 wins, 3 losses.
Oh.
So we are still tied at 48 wins, 36 losses.
Wow. So you guys are 8 points behind.
Actually 6. You're 54, we're 48, so we are basically a full week behind you, Lee.
I like 8 points better. Yeah. Yes, you guys are a full week behind. So that means if it ended next week, the worst you could do is tie, but we got 2 weeks left.
Yep.
So I still got to keep my pace to maintain victory.
Yep. So you better not do what you always say every week. I'm going to go with the analytics. Yes.
It's an analytics here.
So y'all might as well just pick opposite of me no matter what.
That's what I'm doing.
It's all about the analytics.
Yeah. Analytics. I'm going to go with the analytics in this one.
Yeah, allegedly. But so this first match is involving myself. But even though I'm in first, I have to pick first, I guess.
You're going with the analytics, I know.
I'm a crossroads because we got a new bowler coming in, Fred, who can be hot. We also got the rust factor. That's going to play a lot almost on every pair, I think.
I mean, I don't know if you saw him lately. I saw him on Friday. He's old as shit.
He's my age. What the hell are you trying to say?
I just hope the reason I say he's old as shit, I let him know on Friday, I'm like, bro, has it been 2 years or 20 years since I seen you?
Oh my God.
Yeah, he looks like he's fucking he's like Master Roshi off of Karate Kid.
I'm going to tell him you said that.
No, I already told him Friday.
That's kind of
everything I just said. I already told him to his face on Friday.
Kind of funny. But yeah, so with him coming in and the rust factor, I haven't bowled in 2 weeks. I have no idea how I'm going to bowl. Probably bad. But
how bad can it be, Lee? You're only averaging like 180.
It can be bad. Trust me. I hate to pick myself, but I'm going to go ahead and pick my team.
Oh, come on.
Oh, man.
I don't even have to know. We need to know now because I'm thinking about it, but what's the spread?
75 pins.
That we're giving up to them?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Maybe I should change my pick.
No, it's already locked in.
It's locked, so yeah, I'm going to stick with it. This will be the easiest pick of the week for you guys.
Well, I'm going to take the other team. I need to pick up some ground on you.
Well, you probably picked
Wait, who is the team? Who's the team? Fred, right?
No, it's in-laws it's Tina and Eric.
First team.
So it's going to be the team that Fred joins.
What lane are they on?
We're going to be on 21-2. If that's where we bowl. I mean, who the hell knows with this alley? You never know.
Yeah, they could be on 1 and 2.
Could be. You never know. All right, so we got one for in-laws or outlaws, one for mine. What do you pick, Chris?
I got yours, Lee.
Whoa.
Take it. Hey, take it for the dub.
Now I may have to try hard now. All right, so next one is Team 8, Almost Empty Nester against Team 11, Three Fingers Deep. What's the spread here?
202.
What? Damn, that's more than what Andre averages almost. I think that's the highest average on the pair is the handicap.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Wait, 202 is the average or 202 is the handicap?
That's the handicap you get. But if you get more handicap than the highest average bowler on the pair, that's saying something.
Yeah, it is.
So what's your analytical pick?
And George and them didn't bowl too good last week when they post bowled. But
analytical.
I remember how Rick bowled 2 weeks ago before they took the break. They bowled pretty damn good. I'm going to go with Three Fingers Deep.
Okay, I'm going to take Almost Empty Nest.
Opposite.
Yep.
Allegedly. All right, Chris.
Almost Empty Nest is not a team.
They won big last week or 2 weeks ago.
Like, not even a team.
They're ahead of you guys in the standings.
Oh.
No, we're a team. We're a big team. We're the team.
All right.
Like, we're the team. The talking mushrooms. I got Three Fingers Deep.
Oh, wow, he did it. Hey, so far you're picking with me instead of Mark.
Yeah.
I think Mark likes that.
Look, I could be 2 games now up on you, Lee.
It could be.
2 games back, too.
This next pair, though, is going to be tough. We got balls against Mustache Ride. Yeah. What's the spread here? About 200?
34 pins.
34? That's nothing.
34 pins Mustache Ride gets.
I'm going to have to make you pick the other team. I'm going with We Got Balls.
Oh, come on. Yeah, I'll stick with our team, too.
Hey, finally get the same pick. All right, Chris.
What lane are they bowling on?
1 and 2.
How come it feels like a spelling bee? Like, can you put it in the form of a sentence?
No. You're not bowling. You're not bowling on 1 and 2.
They're bowling on 25 and 26.
All right, I'm going to do it because I believe rested too long. Mark had a long rest, and he's not going to do well.
You're picking Mark's team.
I'm going Christian Gomez, my Padawan, my apprentice. Go for the
You're picking Mustache Red?
Mustache Red. Isn't that Brian's team, right?
Yeah. You know, I did bowl today. I'm already off the break.
Oh, see, yeah, he's already shaking the rust off.
Yeah, but I'm still pretty confident with Mustache Red.
Nice.
It's going to be a late night for me tomorrow night.
Yes.
I know that.
A lot of people. All right, Team 7, Long Live Rock, Neil and them against the first place team, the Ball Founders. We already hinted around about this pick earlier, that bad luck for Mark that both teams bowl each other because he needs both teams to lose, but in this case, one of them's going to win. And even if it's Kiss Your Sister, it still kind of hurts Mark. What's the spread on this one?
134 pins.
Ooh, that's a lot. You know, ever since, Bryson broke his thumb, they haven't won a week. So I'm going to go with that trend that even though Bryson's coming back, Frelly with 2 weeks off has healed up. That's the last I can go off of and base it off of. So I'm going to pick Neil's team for the victory.
Okay, I'm going with the Ball Fondlers.
Oh, my God, Bart.
And you know what, though? I will tell you, even when we bowled them last week, and Ron did really bowl well, even when we bowled them last week, man, it's like we went to the 9th frame, down every time with them. It's tough to make up those pins against that team.
They're one of the toughest.
And I'm going to tell you, if, you're not going to get a lead on them until maybe the 9th, if you're lucky, 8th frame.
Yeah.
On that team. And that's late in the game. You know what I mean? And then if you open once or twice, you're done.
It can be nerve wracking and it can be a lot of pressure.
It is. I'm going to tell you, they were in every single game with us right up to like the 9th frame.
I think Neil thrives on that though. When he hears the podcast and then he comes in, it's all business. He comes in, puts on his gear, and he's pretending like he's bowling like he is on that Pepsi Classic or that Coca-Cola Classic. Like they're all 230 bowlers, and he's gonna outshoot them and shoot 780. This could be one of those business weeks for Neil.
What is the pin differential for the two teams?
134, I think Mark said. Is that right?
134. Mm-hmm.
They're on 27-28.
I got Neil's team.
Oh, so 2 against 1. Man, Mark is going to either be 6-0 and close to the lead, or 0-6.
I'm sure. Yeah, exactly.
All right, next pair. Team 3, Only Dads against Team 6, Housequake. I'm interested to find out what the spread is here.
It's only 34 pins.
Oh, really? Dang, that's becoming a common theme. Well, it's not a lot of pins.
No, it ain't, isn't it?
I thought Housequake could surely get 100, but I'm not sure if Diego's average is high anymore. And actually, Henderson's averaging higher than him and giving Diego some pins. And Chris, this is one of those weird weeks where you can't move your lineup because you're bowling a team that's lower seeded than you.
No, I am not. Yeah, I can't. Yeah.
So I think if you're bowling up against their leadoff, they're Mike Henderson, and you got Ensline, I think it's going to be a tough week for you, buddy. You know what? I'm still going to go with your team, Chris. I'm picking Chris.
Sir, yes, sir.
I don't know. I mean, that team, Only Dads, they're outgrowing their shirts.
Yeah, you can see their belly button.
Yeah. When they deliver that ball, their shirt comes up around their.
You can see their ass crack.
We do that for the ladies.
Yeah, it comes up around their chest.
We do that for the ladies. The ladies like it.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it kind of makes it tough, but 34 pins, that ain't a lot.
That's not. I thought it was creative bookkeeping. And I'm doing the bookkeeping.
34. I got to go with Saunders' team.
That's a unanimous pick.
Who's that? Who's Saunders?
I don't know. Who is that? The VP.
So who you taking, Chris? You going with Henderson and them?
No, I heard him pick himself.
Or did?
Yeah, I'm on Team Woodman. See,
Woodman these
nuts.
All right, so it's unanimous. Last pair, we got Team 12 against Pin High against Team 10 here for the beer. So Camilla's going to be on 31-32. What's the spread here?
116.
That's also not a lot. I thought they'd be getting a lot more with the way Jose's been bowling.
Yeah.
Well, I always have to pick against Craig, not because I don't like him. It's because that's what his wishes are. So I'm going with here for the beer.
Well, Craig's going to enjoy tomorrow night.
Done that 31-32.
Well, not so much that. Maybe that he's going to be up against Camilla.
That's right. Yeah.
He's going to get happy.
He's going to be a happy camper, so I'm going with them.
Oh, he's going to be hitting on Camilla, is he?
Yeah.
That's a true statement.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so we got 1-1 again. Chris, what do you got?
What's the pins again?
116.
Oh my God!
You're picking Craig, who's going to hit on your wife, or you're picking your wife?
They both shoot from the left side.
Oh yeah, they do. Don't they? Hey, so we got 2-1.
Okie dokie.
They're all set then. So there's the picks. So next week I'll have a commanding lead, and I won't even need the very last week. I can just take a week off and let you two duke it out for second.
Could be. Yep.
Let's hope. All right, so to finish it off, bowlers of the week, we got Mr. Mike Henderson. Bowled 118 over his average. He took bowler of the week honors. Kudos to Mike. TJ, honorable second at 94 pins over. He shot what doesn't say here, but he shot 94 pins over. Jose Beltre is the one that bowled the highest series of the week and shot 84 over his average at 693. So kudos to Jose. For the ladies is Tina Clay, who's been on somewhat of a roll lately. 75 pins over her average. So kudos to Tina. Bowled really good last few weeks. Honorable mention to Nancy Davis, bowled 44 over her average. And Anne-Marie Davis at 38 over average. High average goes to Ron Reynolds at 212. Jose Beltre at 205. Neil cracking the top three at 201. So, he's going to want to try to fight for the high average by the end of the year. Camilla, unfortunately, dropped to 177. She had an off week. Nancy Davis dropped to 137. Tina Saunders at 128. So she's down. So the ladies are down so far this year. Hopefully they'll make a bounce back. Brandon Jolly is killing it with the most improved men. Peyton and myself are out of
Sandbaggers.
The biggest sandbaggers of the league.
Yeah.
That's us. And most improved women, Tina Clay taking the honors away from Camilla. She's now 9 pins over her average, so Camilla no longer leading all women categories. Camilla's in second, however, at 7 pins over, and Anna Marie Davis at 3. MVP race, still Andre Odorico, still winning individual points. He's got the most so far at 87, but right in his tail, Christian Breakus at 86. And who'd have thought I'd still be hanging with the big boys? I'm in the top 3 for individual points at 81. Camilla is leading it for the ladies. She's at 75, if you can read that. I think that's right, 75. Anne-Marie Davis at 59 and Tina Saunders at 58, so not too bad for the ladies. And there's your individual points. I can say we just recently voted on the options, so we got our prize fund in. I think it was the most mediocre one that won. I think, what was it, A or B? I'll have to go back and check.
Yeah, I think it was B, but
I think so. I think you're right. So the most mediocre one won, most average. And that's about it. That's all the news of the league, and that's our episode for the day.
Oh, man. What a shit show, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. All you bowlers who continue to bowl and and be ridicule and be embarrassed by this podcast, continue to bowl in this league. Thank you so much.
Did you say
We love
ridicule?
talking shit about y'all. Congratulations to all your bowlers who are still in the brackets. The brackets. I know Mark and I are not in, and Lee been out for quite some time now. So, so tune in for next week. As you see, my team is still fighting for top 5, right? And that the ball ballers will lose it this season. They will not win this. They will not win first place this time.
Really? That's a bold prediction.
Yeah,
So ball ballers, if you listen to this podcast, know that you're on downfall. You're gonna fall hard.
and what do you say, Chris? You guys are fighting for the bottom 5?
Yeah, I'm fighting for top 5. Top 5. Top 5.
Well, we'll see what happens. You never know. You never know.
So tune in next week, guys. As you see, my team is growing, and Mark's team is not in age. But yeah, so tune in until then. If you do not come back, you will be like,
Chris having a mild heart attack.
oh shit. Oh, fuck.
Hey.
I'll take it.
He took one for the team.
I'll take it.
I'm really beating on the bit, that's all.